Tappin' Birdie, American Express. First time guest on the famous Jay Kinney. How are you tonight? How you doing making your TIB debut?
Good, man. Appreciate you having me on. I'm glad you're taking me away from that ugly Hoosiers game right now. They're getting whipped, but our boy Matt Gannon's down there in Bloomington today. So
What? Why is he in Bloomington right now?
I asked him that, and he said he's going to the game.
He just
Hard to
says
say.
he's just a hoops junkie, and now he's going to the AmEx this week. I would say most people it's a pretty normal trip to go Bloomington, Indiana to Palm Springs. Like there was just a lot of flights going on in those
It's the
directions.
perfect pit stop, right?
No, it definitely is. We're both rocking our jerseys. You put out your card every week in video format in a different jersey. How did this start? Are you just like have always been a jersey guy and you just got a bunch laying around? You're like, fuck it, I'm just gonna wear them in my card videos.
Exactly. Yeah. So I've been wearing jerseys for as long as I can remember. I remember way back in the day asking for a LaDainian Tomlinson powder blue jersey
That is the GOAT
Christmas.
jersey. That is actually the GOAT jersey.
Because Lloyd Banks wore it in the back of 50 Cents in the club video. But so many different jerseys. I think at some point my senior year of high school, I wore a jersey like a month straight to school. So that was a record. But yeah, my buddies from back home, shout out DGen Nation. They told me I should start putting out my card or whatever. And I was kind of thinking, hey, how can I spice it up, do something a little different instead of just, putting down names and numbers. I'm like, well, I got a shit ton of jerseys in the closet. So let's pull them out and, put them out for the card. And, people seem to enjoy it, whether it's guessing the jerseys and stuff like that.
Something different that the jerseys are good. So are you do they have to be real? Like, do you go on DHgate or like you only buy real jerseys?
So probably like half of them are real from like back in the day, high school. And then my brother does business in China because he's an exec for a board game company, and he has a connection with someone over there that we can get some jerseys from also.
So you got the hookup for jerseys is basically
yes.
what you're telling me.
Basically, yes.
Well, I'm rocking my Hakeem Olajuwon 34 fake jersey. I like literally this is the only basketball jersey I own. Like in college, someone's like, we're putting an order together on DHgate. What do you want? Scope through. I was like, yo, that Olajuwon jersey is pretty sick. And when I wore it at Darty's, like people went crazy. Like people came up to me at Darty's like, yo, that dream jersey is sick as fuck. Like you seem really chill. So this has been like a big jersey in my life. Like, have I worn it in the past 4 years? No, but tonight was just the perfect opportunity to bring it out.
And I was telling you earlier, the Dream, literally one of my favorite players of all time. People in high school used to call me that. Have a couple different Hakeem Olajuwon jerseys. So
is this the best one?
You couldn't have picked a better one. Yes, I have that one, the red one, the old one.
Okay.
Love it.
Yeah, no, he was good at basketball, I've been told. He was
just a little bit.
So are you a basketball player? Like, are you like tall? You're from Indiana? Are you Are you like Jeff 2.0 or like what? What's kind
of?
No,
Jeff's much taller than me. I'm only like standard 6'1". No, I played JV basketball, scored like 2 points my whole career.
Dope. Yeah. That's dope.
But no, I just love the NBA, which is also wild being from Indiana. Everyone loves college, IU, Purdue, Butler, Notre Dame, any of those. But always just love the NBA, the best athletes in the world, other than the PGA maybe. But was very sad about Deuce McBride yesterday, selling your mega whale bet.
Yeah, that was tough. I honestly I was posting too many max plays and it just lost its, I just lost his facade and it wasn't truly a max play. I also had no clue that Brunson wasn't playing.
I also didn't until after
no idea.
Fired up League Pass.
So that was tough, honestly. But you did ride Johnny's first half with me. You're a college hoops guy. So are you a Pacers fan?
So now, yes, like that they're better. I definitely will root for them. back in the day, I mean, I've lived in Indy, I guess, since college. So the last, 10, 12 years, whatever it's been. Love going to any games. I used to wear the opposite team's jerseys. Now I'll actually wear a Pacers jersey or sweatshirt or whatever. But again, like I just love watching ball and love watching the NBA. But Pacers are fun and exciting. Best offense in the league. A little bit different brand of basketball than Tom Thibodeau and the Knicks.
Yeah, no, I'm not a huge NBA fan to be honest. I am a Knicks fan, like absolutely loyal to the Knicks, like the Knicks, but I'm not a huge like NBA guy. Like I think it's tough, and I don't mean to diss your sport, but like a vast majority of the games, only the last 10 to 7 minutes are like truly entertaining must watch. So that's kind of my biggest gripe with the NBA, but I do enjoy going to a Knicks game every now and again, and I'll watch the playoffs. But I like watching the end of games, but I never bet NBA. I'm not like Jesse, like sweating out every single DFS lineup and everything. So NBA, I got to get into it more, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. There's a ton of talent in the league right now, so I would definitely say so. The 2 last MVPs, they're going at it tonight, and then
oh really?
SGA's got the revenge game against the Clippers in the late slate this
Week.
Week.
So who is it? Jokic
and Embiid.
And Embiid. What's the line on the game?
I honestly didn't even look.
We might need some action. Who's home? Do you know?
I believe Embiid's home.
Okay, because I like
Embiid is one of my favorite players.
Yeah, no, I like betting. I don't like betting. I don't bet NBA, but the other night, this is a trend that I'm seeing. Okay, when Denver's home, take them first quarter. The other team has to adjust, and they're just a really good team. So that's something I'm kind of monitoring in my space is Nuggets first quarter when they're home against a poor team.
I like it. I can get down with that. I used to play a couple of years ago, Bulls first quarter unders. I don't know why, okay. But one of my coworkers was on it, and it was real hot. So any of those first quarter type of plays, then you don't even have to watch the whole game.
Exactly. I just want some quick action, like just getting down on it, like a first quarter bet. Nothing's on TV. Just get some action. So I enjoy that. I was, personally myself, a 5th round CYO pick, growing up, was like not like terrible scorer, but could rebound and play D, but just basketball's tough. And I'm not really that athletic. So, getting the ball in the hoop and like shooting, that's tough. That was tough for me growing up. But I was middle of the pack guy, just, a vibes guy, glue guy.
100% a vibes guy.
Miss those days. But yeah, if my friends invited me to play basketball, I would probably be embarrassed. Like I really have minimal skill in basketball, and everyone knows. I'm well versed in many different things, many different sports as well. But basketball, just tough. I actually have to be athletic, which is definitely tough for me.
Yeah. Well, hey, at least you got that golf swing.
Yeah. Terrible golf swing. Terrible at golf. We're getting lessons though. I just want to put it out there to the ether. I got a lot of DMs. How's the golf game? What are you working on? We're getting lessons this winter at Golf Tech. And I'm legitimately, I already met with the guy and stuff, but the only goal is to hit my irons. Like that is it. That's all I'm working on. Fix my swing, do whatever, but I am the worst iron player in the world, and I'm just sick of it, and I can't do it anymore. I could drive well, chip putt well, but I cannot hit my irons. I'm out. Like, I just can't do it anymore.
I may be worse than you with irons. I have a club. It's called the Baffler. It's a hybrid, and I can hit that thing anywhere 120 to 220.
Okay.
But if you ask me to hit a 7-iron, 5-iron, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, no, golf's tough, honestly. Like I really do love golf, but I'm truly making an effort this offseason to improve my game, and we'll have some updates for everybody, and everyone can laugh at my swing on the internet. But that's what I'm working on this golf offseason. It's a little bit cold in New York. Cannot get out to play, but we're here to talk golf. We're here to talk the PGA Tour. Last week. Heartbreaking loss. You had Ben on, right?
I did not know,
You
but I
did
think
not know. Okay.
most folks in the community did, including
Okay.
you.
Yeah. So that sucked, truly. I was Saturday night. I'm out with friends, like birthday dinner, a bunch of people, everyone's around. I got, tour cast up. Like I'm tracking along, and I'm like, all right, Benny, like let's just birdie 18. We'll be one back on in tomorrow. Like we can do this. We could truly do this. Like let's just get as close as possible. I'm tracking. We're eating some Peniala vodka. I'm having some beers. I'm like, okay, right short of the green, like, all right, let's just make birdie, but like if we don't, it's fine. We're all good. Flubs the chip, like hits into the. I still don't have footage of it, never saw it. And I'm like, all right, like let's just get this up and down, but it seemed like kind of a weird up and down. Puts it 7 I'm like, 0 chance he makes this putt. Misses it. I'm like, oh. And I'm like frozen. Like I'm legitimately at dinner and I'm just like, I can't speak. I'm just so in shock. And then like at one point it's like, is everything okay, Brian? Like, are you good? I'm like, just golf stuff. It's just golf stuff. It's fine. So I gave up at that point. I was just like, he's not gonna win. Whatever. Keegan's probably gonna win. Like, he's still a loser. Then he 3 putts the third hole from 20 feet. Like straight up 20 feet, 3 foot. 3 putt. I'm like, okay, like he has 0 chance. Leaders weren't doing much, making some birdies. Eagle on 9 was huge. Obviously had some good looks on the back, didn't make them. And then 18, like you hit the best shot of the day from anybody, just an absolute nuked 1-iron, just a superb shot. Like played 18 perfectly, absolutely perfect. Doesn't make the putt. And then Keegan, like, I mean, he played fine, but I didn't understand like the live odds. He was like minus 200 on 18.
Well, yeah, he was the leader the whole time.
Yeah, like
live odds wise.
18 was not an auto birdie by any chance, like by any means. So I didn't really get those live odds, and I never really thought about Grayson. And obviously, I didn't think Ben was going to win, so I hedged on Keegan.
Did you really?
18. Yeah.
Oh,
so
no.
I hedge. Like I hedge like a quarter of my bet. Like it was less for Keegan, but like I bet to win like $4,000. Like I'll usually hedge like 500 to 700, like just to get some return. I just never thought about Grayson, and even you have the opportunity when he's super high odds to put a less down to hedge. But you don't want him to win. You don't
not
want
at all.
Like you don't want to think if someone's that long odds, it's like they're not going to win. Like let's just worry about Keegan. And then as soon as he stuffed the wedge on 18, I was like, I do not have a good feeling about this because in playoffs, usually the guy coming in with more momentum kind of wins it. And it sounds weird to say, but Grayson had the most momentum going into the playoff. Like I feel like it's more of a confidence builder to have like great up and downs. And then like stick one on 18 where no one really is versus Keegan, who should have won it, could have won in regulation, not should have. Like he was kind of limping in because, he didn't birdie 18. And Ben, like, yeah, he birdied 18, but he still missed some putts on the back. And, he's still a fucking loser. So it's weird to say it, but Grayson truly had the most momentum going into that playoff. And, Ben hits a decent chip, like a fine chip, still a 4-footer. And then Grayson just buries that. I knew at that moment it was over at that point.
Well, yeah, was it you that tweeted that once Grayson made it, you knew Ben was gonna miss?
Yeah,
like that's just the way those things go.
Yeah, it's similar to Danny Willett at the Fortinet. I don't know if you remember that, but Danny Willett put it to like 4 feet, and Homo was chipping for eagle, and he like flubbed his chip. And basically, at that point, unless Homa chipped in, Willett was going to have 2 putts to win.
Yep.
He basically thought the tournament was over at that point, and then something miraculous happens, and everyone goes crazy, and it's just a jolt to the system, and it just makes it that much harder to miss the putt. And to be honest, like, a 4-footer is not a gimme by any regard. Like, it's not like you missed a 2 or 3-footer. Like, especially on that hole, like, a 4-footer was absolutely not a gimme for a terrible putter and a fucking loser like Ben On. Like, that's just kind of a tough task. But I will say it was better if Grayson missed that and Ben On missed the 4-footer. Like, I'm on suicide watch. Like, truly. Yeah. But whatever. It's okay.
But isn't it so much fun to bet golf?
Oh, yeah.
It's what we do it for, right?
It's truly the greatest thing in the entire world.
That's what I always tell everyone. It's the 4-day sweats. It's playoffs like that.
Yeah.
You know, you never know when someone's going to pull a shot out or hit a 40-footer. That's why we do it.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's nothing like it, especially people that gamble on other sports. Like, there's if nothing close that you could bet on. The only thing, if you had some like long future on some team to win and you're watching them in the Super Bowl or something, or you have some crazy parlay and you're watching the last leg, there's just nothing that, you know, can bring you that much excitement because you have the potential to win so much money, you know, depending on how much you bet. But still, like, for the investment, there's just nothing better than betting on golf, truly.
It's the best.
Yeah, and I kind of learned, you know, I've hedged a lot and it's worked out. But I don't know if I've ever hedged where, like, 3 people could win. I don't know if I've ever done that before and lost. So that was a learning experience for me, even though you might not think someone can win. Like, I didn't think Grayson Murray was going to win. You can't just hedge on one guy and, you know, have a big ticket on the other, because at the end of the day, it's only money. I'll be okay. But the hedge on Keegan really stunk.
Yeah, that's tough. I hedged once ever in golf when Hatton won the API.
Okay.
I forget even who he was going against at the time, but I remember I hedged and I was just so mad I did it. So I swore it off. Never again. I'll win some, I'll lose some. You know, never hedged with Harris going 8 holes in the playoffs. Wherever that was. But, you know, it's going to go your way sometime and it's going to go the opposite way others. But you got to feel like water's going to find us level at some point.
Yeah.
And,
I truly do. I do feel like if it's a 2-man race and you have a big enough bet and I just like having a little money for next week.
Sure.
You know, if you hedge, like, I just at least like hedging that amount where I have money in my account and I could just, you know, bet that next week. And at the end of the day, if you win, you know, 4,000 or 3,500, it's really not that much of a difference. But anytime I tell, like, my casual friends about, they're like, why did you bet on, like, top 5, top 10? Like, why didn't you just do that? It's like, okay, well, I'm betting like $400, $500 a week on outrights, and I could easily, and 9 times out of 10, I'm losing all of that. So to then go and invest another $100 to $200 on top 5s and top 10s, I don't like that strategy, because you could just get double wiped in 1 week. And I don't really care. It'd be nice, like, to win like another $300-400, but at the end of the day, it's not going to make or break your week or how you feel about the week if you hit like one top 10 for a couple $100.
No, I mean, I'd rather spend my couple $100 playing DraftKings, you know, going for the big hit, rather than, like you said, the extra $200-300, whatever that is. The T5s, T10s, I get it. And a lot of people are real good at it, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, good for them. It's just nothing I want to get into per se. You know, love the sweat of the outright. Love playing DraftKings, and that's about where I'm at.
Yeah, no, it's so what contests do you usually play on DK? Like 33?
Mostly a 3 max guy. So I'll put like my main lineup in the single entry. Then I'll put like 3 in Mayo's contest, 3 in like the $20 standard contest, maybe a couple others. But yeah, usually just like one main lineup in a single entry, and then a couple others and 3 max stuff.
Yeah, DFS is tough. I really don't play much. Maybe if I like hit a bet on DraftKings, I will play for a short amount of time. But that's again where like it's so easy to get wiped, and you could have a great lineup and only win a little bit of money. So it's tough enough for me to pick one golfer to play well. To pick 6, like it's tough, to be honest. Like I struggle.
The AmEx, a little bittersweet for me, had my best lineup golf wise of all time. AmEx 2021, Siwoo winner. Cam Davis was 3rd place, Tony was 4th, Abe Answer 5th, Michael Thompson at like 0.5% for 5th, and then 6th guy in the lineup, Chuck Hoffman.
Okay.
Chuck Hoffman made the cut at a Birdie Fest, then withdrew after 36 holes. It was only 36 holes because of COVID. They shortened it up. I think I still finished top 20 for $2,000 in like the big contest. But if Chuck Hoffman just plays and makes 36 pars, I'm winning $200K.
No way.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, literally had the nuts, and if Chuck Hoffman just plays.
So forever, like Chuck Hoffman blacklist.
100%.
He is your most hated golfer.
No, Joel Damon is, because he accused Sun King of cheating, but that's a story for another day.
Damn,
but yeah, Chuck
dude.
Hoffman, I'll still play him in a lineup this week because I kind of have to.
What was the reason?
I think a back or something. But
it's fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
Old Chucky Hoffman cost you $200K. You would be, living on an island right now.
Ideally, yes.
Yeah, like you wouldn't
somewhere warmer than Indiana. We'll tell you
like
that
just
much.
Immediately quit your job and like go live on an island off $200K. That's what I would do personally. I don't know how long it would last, but that would be the type of stuff I would get into.
Yeah.
But maybe this week that'll happen. Maybe I'll play some DK this week. So AmEx, I think this is a tough event. This is not, a absolutely amazing event if you love to track golfers and bet first round leaders and have not a completely random tournament. I've never really had much success at this particular event because I think it's random. I think a lot of favorites, some favorites win, and then some long shots that I never would have bet in a million years win. It's not really a lot of mid-range guys that most people like to bet. So I'm hoping that changes this week. But other than, your success here in DK, any major overarching thoughts about this event?
No, I mean, like I say, it's a putting contest. As you mentioned, anyone from John Rahm to Huddy Swafford could win this.
Yeah.
So it really is kind of a grab bag. Short par five, or excuse me, short courses in general, scoreable par fives, a lot of water everywhere. So don't make mistakes in the water. Try to score where you can, but it could be anybody. I love the field this week. Seems like it's a lot better than usual. So we'll get some good featured groups and things like that. So excited to see that at least.
Yeah, I mean, again, all these par fives are so scoreable. You could just start every round at -4 basically, and make 2-3 more birdies and and just go from there. So I do think the putting contest, like I do think it's valid, but like Hudson Swafford, I don't know, like some like average putters have won this event, which is kind of weird to me. But again, I'm just looking for guys that can make a bunch of birdies and can roll in a bunch of putts and are good wedge players and can score on par fives and have played decent here. I mean, again, it's not an event where you could strictly be like, I have this dialed down, the exact type of player I want to win. I think it's definitely a tougher event for something like that.
Well, yeah, with only, the data for one of the 3 courses too, it's just tougher to tell.
Yeah. So the board this weekend got some good golfers. Scotty's 5-1. There's just no way in hell anyone should bet that. I don't even think he has a chance to win. I think next week, 2 weeks from now, you want to bet Scotty at 8-1, whatever. I don't hate that, but I just don't think this is the week for it. I'm positive he'll finish better than T12, so I could Vic Lap that one. But I would say he'll finish better than T12, but he will not win. You got any interest in Patty Ice and Xander? Both have respective good history here. Both played pretty well at the Century. Any interest in those two?
I think if there's anyone I'm scared of the most, it would be Cantlay. Just with his course history here, the way he can get the flat stick going. I'm with you where you're not going to take Scotty Scheffler in a putting contest at all. But Cantlay's been so good here that, like I said, I'll play him in DraftKings to get my exposure there, but I still can't get to him at 10-1 because there were too many other names and numbers that I wanted to get down the board.
Yeah, no, I it's just not the way. I never, legitimately never bet people under 15-1 in events like this. So I'm not starting now. I really have no issue with them. I think I do prefer Xander though out of those two. I think he's going to have a big season, and I wouldn't be surprised if he has top 5 or something. So of those three, I definitely like Xander the best. Sanjay, very popular this week, has some good history, a lot of top 20s here. He set the PGA Tour record for birdies at Kapalua the other week. Again, there's 5 times a year where Sanjay M makes all the sense in the world and he's going to smash, and he just never really wins. And it not only doesn't win, never really truly puts himself in contention to win a golf tournament on the last 3 holes. I think he's a very talented golfer, but I'm not betting him at 20-1. I don't think he has the stones right now. He's going to get 4, 5, 6 PGA Tour wins. I don't know when exactly they'll come, but at 20-1, I'm just out on Sanjay.
Yeah, 20 seems like a shorter number. Like he was on kind of my list Sunday night thinking, okay, if there's like a 35 on Sanjay, I probably would have hammered it Monday morning. But when he's opening at 20, 25, again, just a little tougher for me to get to card construction wise with so many other names down the board. The amount of birdies he made at the Century was amazing. And it's like, well, can he do it again at another birdie fest where you got to go low? If he can keep it up, certainly he can contend. But again, just not probably going to get there just because of card construction.
Yeah, what has he done here? 18th, 11th,
all top 20s.
Yeah, he has. Oh no, yeah, he's literally top 20 every single year he's played this event. So yeah, again, there's no super strong case other than I just don't think he can win this tournament, and I don't think he'll win this week. JT, I think this is a good spot for him. I think he's gonna play well. Again, just really good wedge player, really good par 5 player. I'd like to see it a little bit more, but I prefer him over Sanjay this week, to be honest. But again, I know it's kind of sticky or whatever, but most people have played to start the year. But I do think he has a strong showing. I think he shows up.
So that would be mine. I know you always like to say, hey, this guy's not going to win.
Yeah,
mine would be
JT,
Justin
no
Thomas.
Okay,
no chance.
Sick. All right, let's go. Tom Kim, you bet him. He's 28-1.
I'm not on Tom Kim. Are you?
On Tom Kim. I'm mistaken. I thought you were on it.
No, most everyone is. He's, kind of him and Sanjay were the ones where it's like, I wish I could have got there. Sets up great. Shriners comp course, he's won there. He's got everything you want for this course, but just couldn't get there, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't think I'm not betting Tom Kim this week. I'm out on him. I have no doubt in my mind that he can contend. I just think he won pretty recently. I know he has a bunch of wins. 2 were in the swing season, but I just don't know how quickly he's going to go out and win again. He really did nothing at Century.
Right.
And I'm out. I don't want to bet him at 28-1. I think there's better odds down the board. Minwoo, I'm completely out on. I think don't think this is really a great spot for him and his game. And I think for whatever reason, he's just drastically overvalued in the marketplace. And this is a guy who's never won on the PGA Tour. He's only played, he's played way less PGA Tour events than all the guys he's surrounded with. Hasn't played to start the year. Like he won some, not even a DP
One in
World
Australia,
Tour,
right?
like
Yeah.
not even a DP World Tour level field, like truly just awful. He is the worst price on the board. I don't even think it's like he's a terrible price and the books know something. I don't know why he is 28-1. I think it's a terrible. I mean 33-1. It's a terrible bet. So we're both on the Postman, JT Poston. Look, we're boys. At this point, me and JT Poston are best boys. I tweeted out, I don't think, maybe I'm starting to think that JT Poston can't win the Masters after he legit missed a 2-foot putt. It was legitimately 2 feet, and it was a 2-footer. So I tweeted that out. It's fine. He liked it. Boom. He's on Twitter, though. Look at his likes. He's scrolling. But I think it was kind of like an endearing comment because to say maybe he can't win the Masters, I had to think at one point he could win the Masters. So I think maybe, we're I think we're friends now. I think that he used that as motivation on Sunday. But look, he makes so much sense. I bet JT Post in the past 5 times he's played. I know he's super popular, but this is a place he's played well at. He's had good results at. And he's talking about it in his interviews. He's kind of like, I really like riding this momentum. I really like shooting a low round on Sunday. I think this is going to help me next week where I have to go out and make a bunch of birdies where, I think that's my game. I think that he is trending towards a win, obviously. And I think he knows it as well. And I think he knows this is a good spot. And I don't think this is a situation where, he's going to flame out or something. JT Poston is my winner this week. Nuked him big time, 40-1. I know you got that 40-1. I still think 33-1 is a good number. He parlayed a really good final round at the Travelers and won the next week at the John Deere Classic. This is his time. It's now or the Masters, to be honest.
I love either one of those. Maybe you give him that little extra push that he needs to get across the finish line here. Anyone who's extremely online, I'm all for. So if JT Poston is extremely online, he's moving up my favorite golfer rankings as we speak. But yeah, I mean, good course history. He was T6 here last year, I believe. And then coming off the T6 last week as well. Like you said, he's trending in the right direction. Popular pick, but he checks every box this week.
Yeah.
And like I said, if we bet him last week or you bet him the last few times, you got to kind of see it through.
Got to see it out. You want to sell me on your boy Big Toad?
You're usually kind of one of the biggest, I don't know if haters may be too strong of a word, but kind of the opposition. You always say, he can't win any, big events or anything. And I get that, but good course history here. Of course, he has that 4th place, another T14 and a T16 within the last 5 years. When you look at comp courses, 3M, a bunch of water there up in Mini. He's won that and played well. Waste Management, the Desert Golf, obviously lost in that playoff to Webb Simpson. So, I'm going to bet him regardless, but I actually do think this is a good spot for him. Can he make enough birdie putts? Probably not. Knowing Tony,
but he could.
But he could. He could. I mean, last year I only didn't bet him once. It was the Farmers. I was trying to be like, hey, let's be legit about this stuff, and not bet Tony every time. And he was obviously in the mix as he always is.
I think he putted terribly that week, and
yes, well, like most weeks. But he was in the mix, and like my heart was just pounding. Like, if Tony actually does this, and I'm not on him. So it's donation most weeks, but were
you on him on his wins?
Yeah,
like
all of them except Puerto Rico back in 2016.
Oh, okay, let's go. All right, sick. No, what I will say about Big Tone, he's actually at a good number this week. Usually he's at terrible odds. I actually kind of like Tone this week. And I'm not just saying that because you're on the pod. Because usually he's just at like 35-1 to win the PGA. And it's like, bro, like he has zero chance to win that tournament. And also, this is a slapdick event. Like, this is not, Genesis or the US Open or the Open. Like, this is a slapdick event. Tony Finau can win the American Express. That's not that crazy. Like, there are some decent golfers in the field, but I don't think I'm going to bet him. But I'll go on the record, I'm not against Big Tone this week. And I think when he won at Liberty National, he drifted and was actually at a good number. So
what was he 60 that week? I
think
because it was the strongest field of that year.
Yeah.
Which I know you don't give him credit for, but he was final round or final group with Rahm, beat Cam Smith in the playoff.
Yeah, it was a Monday finish.
Yeah, sure.
It's like you have to win on Sunday. Right?
Just crying on my couch on a Monday afternoon.
That was one of the only golf tournaments I could remember being canceled and moved to Monday, and I was supposed to go on Sunday.
Oh, were you really?
Yeah, I went Saturday and was like supposed to go on Sunday. Wow. But I'll give him that was a good win. But yeah, I don't hate Big T. I don't hate Big Tone this week. I really don't. I'm kind of struggling to finalize my card. I don't know exactly who.
That's what I was going to ask. Yeah, because you even tweeted out that you don't know who to bet. Where else you at besides Poston?
I think I'm going to bet Sam Burns at 30. I think he's a little bit higher on Bookmaker, so I think I'm going to bet Burns. But I think just strokes gained wins once a year. Dan Rappaport, my boy, Danny Raps, tweeted that he lipped out for 59 at some course. The tees were up. But still lipped out for 59, yesterday. He's golfing his ball right now. In the foreplay video, I don't know if you watch YouTube Golf. He played really well in that. I mean, what more do you want, truly, than to play better in a YouTube Golf video? I don't think Kapalua is a spot for him. He's won on a Pete Dye course. He's played well here. I think I'm in on Sam Burns just for the win equity. Will he probably win? No, but I'm in on Sammy B. My guy I really don't know is, what are your thoughts on Day this week?
I didn't really consider him, but I've seen him on some people's cards. I don't even know. Has he played here that often?
I don't think much. But fucks in the desert, though. There's one thing about Jason Day. He fucks in the desert. But I don't know. He's kind of been playing well. Like, he's kind of trending a little bit. He won in the fall with Lydia Ko. That counts. That's a big dick event. He played well last week at the Century, where I don't think that's a super great course for him. T18 last year, gained 5 putting. He could make a bunch of birdies. I thought that when he won he won Jeff's event, that I was like, Jason is not going to win this birdie fest. But he's kind of a birdie fest guy now. I don't know what happened, but he just makes a ton of birds.
He hit it pretty well in Hawaii. It seemed like he was, sticking it close a bunch. Looks like he gained on approach. But yeah, no, I don't mind J-Day. Going back to your Burns play, I like it just because, like you said, Burns feels like he wins once a year. But also, I mean, putting contest, Sam Burns, one of the better putters on tour. Right there with you.
Yeah, so I'm in on Sammy B. You're in on my guy Wendy C this week.
A straight numbers play. I don't love your guy Wendy C. Like, he's never going to be one I root for, but when they hang a 66, like you said, Min Woo's at 30 and Wendy C's at 66, like, come on. He was 13th here. He's got an 18th here, so he can play fine.
Wendy sucked.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm all in.
Yeah, I think it's a good number, and I think even 50-40 is a good number. I worry he's gonna have a bit of a letdown year. I don't know. He hasn't impressed me since the U.S. Open win. And Flushing it is reporting he's not joining Rahm's team. So maybe that's what was holding him back. But I'm just not super high on Wendy this year. I worry he peaked last year. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes winless.
Yeah, I mean, I could see a letdown year. But he hit it all right in Hawaii, gained off the tee big time, lost like over 2.5 strokes putting though, which is tougher. But, the flat stick can come and go. So if he finds it in the desert, you never know.
So I'm looking at your car. You're kind of like a numbers whore. Like, are you up Monday morning early just stacking value? Like, just getting so much CLV or what? Like, what's your deal?
I mean, if I can't win money, you got to win some CLV, right?
Exactly.
But yeah, no, it's either one way or the other. Either like I have a feel for who I want to bet, and I'm going to look for their numbers right away on Monday morning, or I'm going to agonize until, Tuesday night, Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
Correct. Yes. So this was one where it's like, hey, there's a lot of good course history, some comp courses. I'm going to look at these guys, and then, you can't hang an 80 on Ricky Fowler and not expect me to bet
it. So Ricky, I'm boys with the tracker. Like, I'm always in the spaces. Yeah. I think you've been in sometimes. They're just a lot of fun, and it just feels like I'm hanging out with a bunch of like college kids that are just like they're just, I don't even know who goes in there, but they're just like, there's some characters in the Ricky Fowler spaces. There'll be one this week, and he's put Rick on notice this week. He's like, I'm done with. I don't know the exact tweet, but it was basically like, I've given up on Rick if he doesn't show up this week.
Well, we talk about motivation. You and Postman, maybe that's what Ricky needs.
That could be the case, but I think it's a good number. I worry about. I mean, he's been ass.
Oh, well, no, I was going to say, I don't know that I missed a minute of the Century, and the amount of putts he missed. He was in my main single entry DK lineup, and then I played him every day in Showdown thinking the putter would turn around. It just never did. So, yeah, I mean, that's my worry too. But again, getting back to mainland United States, maybe it'll turn around.
Yeah, I think he needed that. He's got a new wedge.
I did see that. What, it's like cloned or something like that?
Yeah, got to factor that into the models. I bet Taylor Monk. I think I bet him. I think I'm going to just because. But everyone knows he's a terrible ball striker that can putt. He does not hit the ball well, does not hit his irons well, but he's a good putter. But he's hitting his golf ball recently. It was like second in approach last week. Yeah. Never ever would have expected that. Played well here last year, shanked a shot on the last par 3 here last year. So, factor that into your model. Is he going to win? No, he will. Taylor Montgomery will not win this event, but he's hitting his ball well. He's kind of a swing season, early season guy. And I'll just trust that he figured out something with the driver and with the approach play, and that he could roll in a million putts. Was basically first round leader last week until Cam Davis came in.
Your FRL model has been firing this year so far.
No, it really hasn't.
I mean, you've had a couple like seconds, guys, right in it.
No, the first round leader model has been tough, and that's something I got to figure out on my own. Mm-hmm. But the first round leader model is usually a strong suit, but it's still early this week. I
Well,
mean,
there's no use with the 3 courses and everything.
I was still gonna bet it, but there's no value, dude. There's no
No.
value. Like, I don't even know. I'll just shout out Golf Bet Caddy. He's a good guy. I know you like him
Oh,
too.
yeah.
But he did his 3-man card, and Lee Hodges is 33-1 for a first round leader.
Sheesh.
Like, that's tough. Like,
Yeah.
that is Lee Hodges, first round leader, 33-1. Like, that is just that's something I'm struggling with a little bit. Lee Hodges could play well this week.
Okay.
Just want to put that out there. I like him. Hadwin, amazing course history. Is he just going to win now? Like,
I mean, it's the chalk play, and I get that usually never happens. But again, they hung the 75 there. Fantastic course history, desert guy in general. Great at the Shriners, Summerlin as well. I'll go with the community on that one, and we'll see if we can get it done.
Yeah, I mean, the course history is unbelievable, and he's been close. He was close at the Shriners, was close at the 3M. He's kind of a guy I trust in contention. Trivia: What PGA Tour event did he win?
Oh,
His one PGA Tour win. Which was it?
You got me.
Valspar. Won the Valspar.
Oh, okay. There you go.
I might bet him. It's again. I think she was at a good number. I'm not betting him, but I think she was at a good number. And as my chat says, that past champs fuck here. So a lot of repeat winners, like
2021.
Siwoo 55. It's a decent bet. I'm not betting him. I think he sucks, but actually he's gonna win the U.S. Open, so I'll save it. But I think I'm surprised by Cam Davis's number a little bit.
I mean, he was T30 last year, last week. But it was all with the putter. But again, good course history. He's got a third place here. 80, he was the guy I was looking for. So I saw it right away. I was going to bet it. He's played well at the 3M. He's got a top 10 there in the water. So Shriners, he just had a 7th. Like you said, I think he's one that can pop at any time, right? He's actually won on tour, won the Rocket Mortgage back in the day. So the talent and the ability to actually pop, I like. Do I think he's going to win? No, but at 80-1, it's worth a couple dollars.
Yeah, I think he was first round leader last week. That has to count for something. Like that's not a normal 30th place finish if you're first round leader. Like you gotta factor that in a little bit. And yeah, I think he's like at a good number. I think 66, 80, whatever. I think it's a solid play. Akshay, you can play well. He's a good ball striker.
Love Akshay. He's just so much fun to watch. I mean, the different floral shirts and the joggers and everything else. The lady friend on his bag. Yeah. A couple years ago. Just a cool kid. I like him.
I have a question. Am I an idiot for betting Bo Hostler 80-1?
Bo is on my fuck no list always, so you're probably asking the wrong guy.
So you're just like never Bo.
Never.
You're not missing out on anything.
Correct.
It's fair. I mean, truly, there is very little chance that he wins. He's just not a winner. But he has been playing well. Yep. He has been kind of popping. His first round leader at the Shriners, factor that into your model. That was in the desert, but he didn't play the last 2 weeks. But this is the thing, like there's only so many guys that have never, this is not an accurate statement, but there's only so many guys like under 100-1 that have never won on the PGA Tour that have been playing for a decent amount of time. Tommy Fleetwood, Ben on, Bo Hostler, like Alex Noren, like long-term guys. Yeah. Like Putnam's even won. Like those are all guys you like can't really trust, truly. Like I do think that factors in a little bit. Like 2 of the worst losses I've had are like Tommy Fleetwood at RBC and Ben on last week. Like at the end of the day, like it's telling you something when these guys, can't win. Fucking Jim Herman's won like 3 times on the tour.
It's
Like,
true.
So I might have to cash out Bo, truly, because he's just not going to win. It's Bo
I'm right there
Hostler.
with you. Exactly. Don't play Bo Hostler. Don't bet Bo Hostler. No, thank you.
Okay.
How do you feel about your guy, Sammy Rides? Feels like he's popping in some
I'm
models.
down to bet
Looks
him.
good.
I'm down to bet Sammy Rides. Actually, Tour Junkies, they came up with like a database thing. It's good. I enjoy using it, and he was like their second best play in it. So based on that, I'm kind of down because I don't think. Let me see what he's been up to. 13. Oh, he hasn't played this year. 10th at Mayakoba, 13th at RSM. So he's been playing decent. He just has a bunch of average finishes here, but yeah, I don't hate Sammy Rides, to be honest. I am tailing PGA Tout on Adam Shank. Wife follows me on Twitter, so it's kind of just a must play at this point. She enjoys my tweets, and he's been close a lot. He's been in contention at a lot of different tournaments. He basically won the John Deere Classic.
I wish he would have.
Yeah, I remember being on him. He made a tap and eagle on Saturday, and that was kind of it for him. Yeah. Give me Shank 90-1. I mean,
he's one I'd like to see win, even though he's a Purdue guy and I'm an IU guy.
Beef.
There's the beef there. But
again,
have
you ever been to the John Deere?
I have not. No. So I actually, I was thinking about going up last year, and then I sprained my foot playing with my nieces, so was just on the couch that weekend. Am going to Friday of the Waste Management here in a couple weeks though. So if anyone's out there listening, gonna be out in Phoenix.
You got a squad rolling up?
Yeah, rolling with my buddies from 06. So we're excited to get out there and.
So that huge week for you, got to have a good betting card.
Yeah, I mean, I've already got Sahith at 60 and Tony at 40. Although that Tony at 40 looks maybe not good. It could even come back the way he's looking.
Is he committed?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
But yeah, should be a great week. You going to any tournaments this year?
Yeah, I'm going to Riv in a couple weeks actually.
Sick.
So yeah, I'll be out in LA. My best friend just moved out there. So I'm staying with him, but RK and King are going out. So the boys will be out in full force in LA. And then I'll be at Travelers. Last year, Miss Travelers had, some obligation that I wasn't aware of. But love going to the Travie. Great tournament. Great vibes. But going to the PGA tournaments is overrated at times because, the only groups you want to follow are super, crowded, and it's a bit tough. But yeah, I think Travie and Jenny this year. So I'm looking forward to that. Last guy you bet, Big Dick Nick Taylor, off of T5. I think it's getting over.
Yeah, 170 was great. Yeah, like I said, gained over 5.5 in approach last week, which I think was third in the field. Only got some T40s here, so you don't love the course history. But again, at 170, a guy who's actually won.
Yes. 3 wins on the PGA Tour. Can you name his 3 wins?
Well, just the one against Tommy that ripped my heart out.
What about his other 2 wins? Where did he win? You don't know?
No, probably not.
He won Pebble and he won Sanders.
Oh yeah, Pebble. Pebble, was he?
He won Phil or something.
Yeah.
And then he won Sanderson Farms in 2014.
Okay.
That was one of my greatest hits ever. Was Nick Taylor at the Sanderson Farms in 2014? that was a legendary day. But yeah, I think it's a good. I think it's a good bet. I think he played well last week. It's 130-1. Can win. Can't really talk you off it.
No, it's like I said, worth a couple dollars at 170-1 for sure. Any interest in Jaeger this week? He's a good overseated putter as well as easy scoring
Really?
conditions guy?
70-1? No.
See, that's what
First round leader, I like him, maybe.
Okay.
I think he might be on. I don't know where he's starting, but I think he's a first round leader guy this week. I'm trying to not bet losers after last week, and he's a loser. He really is, and I don't actually think he's even that good at golf. To be honest,
Great name though.
That's crazy that he hasn't missed a cut since the RBC Heritage.
Sheesh.
He's made like 20 straight cuts. So yeah, that's just a bit worrisome. But he can definitely go low. But I think I'm out on him. I like Keith Mitchell, maybe. Eckroat basically won last week. He didn't win, but he basically did. He was leading after 2 rounds. Matt Wallace, got to go back to Matty Wallace. I like him as a DraftKings play. He'll make the cut. That's a guarantee. Lee Hodges, 150-1. There's more PGA Tour wins than fucking Tommy Fleetwood. And he's 150-1, and he's played well here.
Yep. It makes sense. That's like the Nick Taylor thing, exactly. 150 and above, if they can actually win. And
prolific winner. Yeah. Lee Hodges. He won by like 5 strokes. So that's a misprice to me. Sammy Steves, sure. Harrison Endicott. A lot of people are betting Harrison.
Well, Endicott. Are you on that narrative?
I mean, no, he just won. It's Harrison Endicott. Like, he's not gonna win 2 events in like 2 months. No, he got his win. Why is Joel Dahmen really that bad? Why is he
again? You're asking the wrong guy. He's my most hated golfer there is.
Why do you like Sun Kang?
So there is a brewery in Indianapolis called Sun King Brewing. So Sun King, Sun Kang. We basically just ran with it. Me and my friends, we used to make shirts. One of their most popular beers is called Osiris. So we always say, hey, get Sun Kang and Osiris at the turn so he can turn it around, because usually Sun Kang is terrible.
Yeah.
So you just basically don't.
So is that better than the Tap House?
Pint Room.
Pint Room. I love how you're doing it. Yeah, the Pint Room.
RIP Pint Room shut down last month.
What?
Very, very sad. Yeah.
Fuck, dude. Is Jeff okay?
Yeah, he took it a little rough. And then I think maybe a week after it shut down, I got my Touch Tunes year in review email. And where did I play the most Touch Tunes last year? At the Pint Room. So
have you and Jeff ever linked up?
Yeah, we at the Pint Room.
Dude, was it a movie?
It was great. Yeah, we had a blast.
Just some Indianapolis guys.
Just some Indiana boys. Yeah, hanging in Caramel.
Caramel. I mean, that's one of the greatest cities in the world. I'll have to make it out there.
Come see all our roundabouts.
Yeah, no, but like Jeff has to go. So Jeff, if you're listening, let's schedule something next time you're back.
So Pete Dye Stadium course, you can come and play Psalms, Pete Dye's finest in Indianapolis.
Really? Public?
Yes. Wow,
it's good. Do you golf?
Yeah. I grew up on the golf course. I'm like your standard 18 handicap. I'm mostly there just for vibes and drinking seltzers and sunshine. But yeah, I mean, I can hit it around. So
okay, yeah, nothing better than hitting it around with the bees. Truly, I mean, there's nothing better. Maybe winning a golf bet is better.
This is our week.
It could be. It very well could be. Posty. Just win, dude. Like, seriously, win, parlay into Masters. I moved the line, so
what's it down to now?
Like 190.
Dang.
I mean, I was trying to keep it low key, but I got enough down on it. I only have like 150 on it, so that would be a pretty good.
That would be nice
win on it. But move the market on that one. So we'll Vic lap that one, and I'm pretty proud of that. But I appreciate you coming on. Sorry, my mic. We got some malfunction with the mic. I apologize about the audio on this on this video. But appreciate your time. Glad you could come on and make your TIB debut. And I hope you had a good time.
No, it was great. Appreciate you having me. Thank you for wearing the jersey. Love the dream. Love being on TIB, and hopefully we can do it again soon.
Yeah, let's just hit a winner this week. Like, let's just do it. And if we hit a winner this week, I'll wear this most weeks on the show.
Yeah, now we're talking.
I hope this is my good luck charm. But we'll see everyone next week. Farmers, having Ian McMillan on, talk some NFL. And be on the lookout for Jay's NBA locks and his cards. So go give Jay a follow. But I want like more NBA picks. Okay.
We'll see what I can do. Okay. Once the NFL's done, be more focused on football basketball. We'll be good to go.
Okay. All right. We'll see everyone next week. Have a good night. Go Isles.